Salut, c'est Madame Hennessy. So doing another screen recording so that we can have write and discuss plus notes. I'm gonna try and make this one a little bit shorter because I know that you guys have plenty of work to do this week. So I've sped up the process a little bit by pre-typing the write and discuss portion, and then it'll review a little bit of the imparfait from last week. As a heads up, if you got less than 8 out of 10 on the comprehension check last week, I recommend retaking it. It's open notes. You can send me questions. Please read the questions in the comprehension check and make sure that your imparfait comprehension check answers are in the imparfait, you know? This week it'll be Passé Composé, so read the title of the assessment, please. Most of you guys are doing really well on that. Just a few people not 100% there yet. Okay, so un weekend en quarantaine, a weekend in quarantine, because that's, yeah, nothing exciting is happening. Other than like murder wasps. Ok, ce week-end, nous étions samedi le 2 mai et dimanche le 3 mai 2020. Il faisait chaud et beau. Samedi, il faisait 82 degrés. Je suis restée chez moi. Shocker. Je ne suis pas allée au magasin. Je ne suis pas allée chez un ami. J'ai lu Irish Above All. Je l'ai fini dimanche. J'ai regardé Netflix, j'ai écouté la musique, j'ai beaucoup dormi, j'ai cuisiné, j'ai promené les chiens, j'ai passé du temps avec mon mari et mes chiens. So, just verifying comprehension of these two quick paragraphs of the weekend in quarantine. This weekend, nous étions, so this is imparfait. What color was I? Okay, imparfait, I'm putting in blue. So that one's the imparfait of nous sommes. So nous étions, we were. Samedi, Saturday. What is English? Saturday, May 2nd, le 2 mai. Et dimanche, Sunday, the 3rd of May, 2020. Il faisait, so that's another imparfait. Il faisait chaud et beau, so it was hot and nice outside. And then Saturday, it was, il faisait, because we use faire, talking about the weather, 82 degrés, so it was 82 degrees Fahrenheit outside on Saturday. So that paragraph, talking about background information, we use a lot of imparfait. So anytime you're talking about like calendar, weather, also like thoughts and feelings, those ones are going to be imparfait, which we talked about last week. Then the other paragraph is a lot of passé composé. So, je suis restée chez moi. So, I stayed at home. Passé composé is 2 words for every past tense action. Je ne suis pas allée au magasin. So, I did not go. This one's split up a little bit because we got a little ne pas verb sandwich. So, I did not go to a store because there's germs out there. And it's not necessary for me to go to stores even as they're opening up. So, as a heads up, passé composé, you have a helping verb and an action verb. If you're negating a past action, your little ne pas verb sandwich goes around the helping verb, which we'll talk more about in a moment. So, je ne suis pas allée au magasin. I did not go to the store. Je ne suis pas allée chez un ami. I did not go to a friend's house because that would be the opposite of social distancing, and I want to be smart about things. J'ai lu. I read the book Irish Above All. I do recommend it, although it's a sequel. The first book in the series is Of Irish Blood by Mary Pat Kelly. Je l'ai fini. I finished it dimanche, so I finished the book on Sunday, starting a new book now. It's just it, so that's your object pronoun. J'ai regardé Netflix. I've been watching The West Wing recently. J'ai écouté la musique, listen to some music, listen to some Angèle, among other things. J'ai beaucoup dormi, so I slept. We love sleeping. Beaucoup is your adverb, a lot. So you put your adverb in between your helping verb and your action verb. J'ai cuisiné. Nothing quite as disastrous as the baguette misadventure last week. Hopefully I don't have any repeats of that. But I have cooked. I cooked. J'ai promené. I walked the dogs. And j'ai passé du temps avec mon mari et mes chiens. So I spent, or I passed time with my husband and my dogs because they live in my home and that works with social distancing. So overall, we already know the imparfait, your imperfect past tense of like continuous things, doing your background descriptions of weather, emotions, thoughts, etc. That's the one-word version where you take the new conjugation from the present tense, chop off the ONS, and then add one of these blue endings here. Passé Composé is your compound past tense. This is what you're going to use for isolated actions of like, hey, this thing happened. This thing happened. So for the Passé Composé, you have two words. You have a helping verb followed by an action in the past participle. Helping verb is going to be either avoir or être, but the vast majority of the time it's going to be avoir. So what color do I want to make that? Let's make it pink. Sure, we'll make it happy. It's a color clash between the red and the pink, but whatever. And then your participe passé, your past participle. What color do I want? Orange. We're just going to make horrible, horrible color combinations here. It's going to be awful. But we already know our avoir conjugations. So we have a lot of j'ai because I'm talking about myself here. Aller and rester, those two use être instead of aller, instead of avoir. But for all the others, j'ai lu, j'ai fini, j'ai regardé, j'ai écouté, j'ai dormi, j'ai cuisiné, j'ai promené, j'ai passé. So a lot of repetition of j'ai. If you have a different subject, then you modify your helping verb accordingly. So you just have the correct helping verb that goes with the subject of the sentence. Then the participe passé is your past participle. So you just change that from the infinitive. For regular ER verbs, ER is going to change to accent aigu. So regarder changes to regarder, which is really easy when you're just speaking out loud. So like present tense, je regarde, I speak, or I watch, or I look. J'ai regardé, I watched or I looked. Jouer turns into jouer, aller turns into aller. Crazy, man. Hopefully that's not too difficult for you to comprehend. Basically, it just sounds exactly the same, but the ER changes to accent aigu. Regular IR verbs, the IR, you just chop off the R. So, finir changes to fini, choisir, choisi, grandir, grandi, dormir, dormi. So again, it sounds very similar. The only particularly different regular verb ending, RE changes to U. So fondre, to melt, changes to fondu. So if you've ever had fondue, it's literally melted cheese or chocolate. Vendre, to sell like a vending machine, vendu. Then irregular verbs, those ones just change completely. They don't keep the stem because they're horrible and they want to make your life awful and difficult. But like lire, to read, past tense, j'ai lu. This one you guys have already heard when we're doing our weekend talk in the classroom. It's just been a minute because, you know, we haven't been in the classroom. But here's a big old list of commonly used irregular verbs, their English translations, and then their past participles with their English translations. So hopefully that should be somewhat user-friendly. Overall, at this point, I want you guys to be at least familiar with the Passé Composé, but you don't necessarily need to be producing it a lot right now. That can be your future teacher's problem. Your future teachers are going to be mad at me now. But yeah, that's the Passé Composé. That is the past tense where you say that you have done something. So like, I have finished, I have read, I have slept, etc. So yeah, you just put your helping verb, which is usually just avoir, followed by a past participle, and you're good to go. So yeah. Okay, good luck.